Okay, listen here. So the conjunction and linkers, okay, last BD exams, okay, they have given 2 questions on the conjunctions and linkers. Okay, that is another name for conjunction events. Just write the points, everything. Okay, it's a grammatical one. Okay, so write it, take your notes, take the running notes. Okay. So listen here, there is another word for conjunction which we used to call them like connectors. Okay, so the connectors, conjunctions and linkers. Okay, so every word denotes that it is going to connect the sentences to give a meaningful sentence. Okay, to make a sensible sentence or a meaningful sentence. Okay, so here we are going to discuss about the conjunction or linkers, like very introduction. The conjunctions are also known as a connectors or a linkers or a link word. Okay, connectors, linkers or a link words. Okay, so the conjunction is only the purposes. Okay, it's used to join the words, a group of words or a sentences. Okay, even though it may be a dependent sentence or a independent sentence. Okay, later we will go ahead with the example what is dependent sentence, what is independent sentence. Okay, so in the conjunctions we have 3 types of conjunctions are there. Most probably we have conjunctions like, okay, the 3 types of conjunctions are there. So a coordinating conjunction, a subordinating conjunction and correlative conjunctions. Okay, so when we are getting into that, okay, correlative conjunction, you will came to know about the similar examples which we have discussed in the previous topic, like subject, verb and then agreement. Okay, so very first you should know what is coordinating conjunction, what is subordinating conjunction. Okay, so coordinating means very simple that, okay, it used to connect, yes, of course it is used to connect the sentence, but it used to connect the independent sentence, not dependent sentence. What is independent and what is dependent, that we will discuss in the next slides. Okay, so here we have here I have given an example like, okay, he is poor and then he is happy. So two different independent statement. When it comes separately, it gives a meaning there. He is poor, it is a meaningful sentence. He is happy, that is also meaningful sentence. Okay, but we will connect with the coordinate conjunction and gives a different meaning of the sentence, that, okay, he is poor but he is happy. Okay, like example, like he performed well, he was not selected in the team. Do you understand? Okay, in such a cases we have a different what it is, my dear, coordinating conjunction like but, yet and still. For example, we can make the sentence like, okay, I informed the electrician, he did not turn up. Okay, so there we can use a sentence like, yet he did not turn up, still he did not turn up, but he did not turn up. Do you understand? But the thing is, okay, the difference between but, yet and still, it is, okay, but means very different reason. Rich, happy, performed well, was not selected, it's different perspective. But in the case of sentence like, okay, I informed the electrician, he did not turn up, means we are mentioning the time like anymore. So there we have to use the coordinate conjunction like yet and still. Okay, so we are going to discuss the same just for your idea, which means the idea about the conjunction that you have to remember here. Okay, so what are the 3 different conjunctions, my dear? Coordinating, subordinating and then correlative conjunction. So this question will be there in your 1 mark, particularly in multiple choice options, or even in Arrowsport they can give you. Okay, there you have to identify. So what is coordinating conjunction? So the coordinating conjunction, okay, it is like a link of the 2 group of words or a sentences that independently make sense. Dependently means nothing but it is a meaningless sentence. When it becomes meaningful means when it joins with another different sentence, it gives a meaning. But independent sentence means, okay, the sentence itself, okay, gives a complete sense. Like for example, here we have the child was ill. The child was ill. Whether it is a complete sentence or incomplete sentence, my dear? Complete. Okay, or even we can say, take the sentence, the child was admitted in the hospital. whether it is a complete or incomplete sentence. Complete sentence, it is an independent sentence, okay. But we can, when the question setter give a blank in the middle of it, you should remember it, definitely it is belongs to a coordinating conjunction. So there we have a conjunction. What are the coordinating conjunction? And, okay, and is a conjunction like, okay, daily, which means you can remember your leave letters, okay, your leave letters. For example, you will make the sentence like, okay, due to my sickness, okay, I am not able to attend the class. Same sentence you will be writing in a two different independent sentence, means I am suffering from, and or so or and so I am not able to attend the class. So when you are giving the reason, that time you go ahead with the conjunction, what it is, my dear, and, okay. And then next, or, okay, or is a conjunction like, okay, for example, okay, in a particularly in a condition statement, when you are using the condition like unless, okay, work hard or else, or you will not get into the maximum mark, okay. So when we have a two different independent sentences there, but it's a very condition like anymore, which means if it does, which unless you work hard, you will not score marks, okay. In the same way, we will make a sentence like work hard or else or otherwise, or both are same. Here we have given, okay, or else, otherwise, or both are same, okay. So in that case, you want to use this conjunction or else, or even otherwise. And the next, here we have and so, both are same. And so I am not able to attend the class, or and or so, whatever it may be, okay. And the next, but yet still, when we have a quite contrary sentence like anymore, okay. Contrary sentence means, okay, I worked hard, I was not selected in the team. I walked fast, I missed the bus, okay. I study well, I am not able to score the maximum mark. Do you understand? So such a cases we want to use the coordinate conjunction. What are they, my dear? But, yet, or still. When you are going to represent the timing, that's what I mean that, okay, I informed the electrician, but he turned up, but he did not turn up also will be right, but the exact one, I informed the electrician, yet or still he did not turned up, okay. I performed well, but I was not selected in the team, okay. So when we have a quite contrary sentence like anymore, there you have to use the word but, yet and still. Very opposite to but, yet and still is nothing but and then so. That will be very contrary, but yet still. This will be very similar, like I performed well and so I selected in the team. I performed well, so I selected in the team. Do you understand? I informed the electrician and so he turned up on time. Do you understand what I mean? So when there is a relevant like sentences, there you have to use the coordinate conjunction like and or so. But yet still is, okay, very contrary like anymore. I performed well, I was not selected. I informed the electrician, he did not turn up. Do you understand? Okay. So but or else or otherwise will be very different. Okay. So when we have a condition, particularly the condition will be like, okay, work hard, otherwise you will not succeed. Okay. Study well, otherwise you will not. Okay. Do you understand? The condition will be there. If you are not doing that, definitely that will be the result. In that case, we want to use the word or otherwise. And the next most important thing, as well as. Okay, as well as is a word that we have a word already we have discussed in subject verb agreement. Like in neither nor model we have discussed. Very opposite to neither nor model is as well as. Can you remember that? As well as. Very good. As well as, and then along with, and then what it is? Besides. Forget all the points, right? Okay, so you should remember that. Okay, so as well as that, along with the besides models also comes under a coordinating conjunctions. Okay, particularly as well as model. So here we have that example. The child was ill, and so he was admitted in the hospital. Okay, or else the next statement, the child was ill, so he was admitted in the hospital. Okay. For example, I mean the sentence, okay, walk fast, dash, okay, the blank is there, walk fast, dash, you will miss the bus, otherwise. Okay. For example, For example, he was not feeling good, he attended the exam. Yeah, what is the answer? He was not feeling good, he attended the exam. But, do you understand what I mean? Okay, he was ill, he was suffering from fever, he did not attend the exam. And so, that's it. Okay, he was suffering from ill, or else he was suffering from fever, he was ill, and so he did not attend the exam. So, that was the meaning of the sentence that you have to apply there. Okay, and the next to that, subordinate conjunction. The subordinate conjunction helps to introduce the subordinate class we used to mention. What is subordinate class? Subordinate class means, you should remember that that is a dependent to the main class. That is dependent to the main class. Already we have discussed about, in coordinate conjunction we have discussed about, the sentence will be a, what sentence, my dear? Independent sentence. The sentence must be a independent sentence. Here we have that subordinate sentence means the sentence must be a dependent sentence. Okay, it will depend upon the main class, means another sentence to give a complete meaning. See the word that, see the sentence here. Here we have a sentence. See that when we have joined with the subordinate class, though he is honest. Another sentence, as John is very weak, what happened to him? Do you understand? Without the sentence means the sentence does not give any complete meaning. Okay, but the sentence consists with like this: he was honest means that is a complete sentence. He was honest, complete sentence. Here John is very weak, that will be complete sentence. Okay, it gives a meaning, right? Say yes or no. But when we add this subordinate conjunction like though he is honest, what happened to him? Okay, as John is very weak, what happened to him? So it is not a dependent sentence. When we add the subordinate class, which means subordinate conjunction, it will turn into subordinate class, which means it depends upon another sentence to give a complete sentence, complete meaning. That's it. Okay, so here we have, though he is honest, what happened? Though he is honest, he is poor. Okay, he was honest like any more, but he is very, very poor. And then as John is very weak, and then he is not able to walk fast. So John is very weak is a meaningful sentence. But when we add the conjunction as John is weak means, here we have a question mark, what happened to him? So this sentence alone speaks that what happened. So he is not able to walk fast. Okay. So this what you have to remember in that coordinate conjunction and then the subordinate, the difference between the coordinate and then subordinate. Coordinate conjunction adds between that two independent sentences. Okay, subordinate conjunction will make the independent sentence as a dependent sentence. That is the most important thing. Dependent sentence means the next sentence alone will give you the complete meaning of the sentence. Okay, so though he is honest, he is poor. As John is very weak, he is not able to walk fast. Okay, so here we have n number of conjunctions like when. Okay, the when is a conjunction. For example, like okay, dash I saw the thief, I called the police. Okay, dash I saw the police, dash I saw the thief, I called the police. So here I will give you the options because it will give you the confusion like anymore. The options are when or as. So what will be the right answer? As I saw the thief, I called the police, or when I saw the when. Why? Because here the statement means about the timing of what, when I call that. Okay, so that is the most important thing, that you have to think wisely and then you should make the answer. Okay, and the next most important thing, okay, though, although. Okay, though, although, very relevant to the coordinate conjunction we have discussed, right? What are the coordinate conjunction, my dear? But, yet, still, right? Say yes or no? Same meaning here for though and although. He practiced well, but he did not selected in the team. If it is a subordinate, which means subordinate conjunction, there we have to use the word that though he practiced well, he did not selected in the team. Okay. So hereby you should remember, coordinate conjunction means it will come in the middle of the sentence. The blank will be there in the middle. When it comes in the very first of the sentence, you should remember it, that is belongs to a subordinate conjunctions. Okay. So this will be very easy, that when you work out the sentences, okay, then only we will make the answer, or else by reading the sentence itself we will make. but similar subordinate conjunctions will be there, that the word itself will speak. For example, since, until, till, you will remember it. Even the conjunction like after, before, the meaning we know that. And then this is a conjunction like, okay, if and unless. In condition we have discussed, right? Okay, which will be considered as a positive, which will be considered as a negative. Okay, for example, if you work hard, you will get success. Condition 2, unless model, there we have discussed or else or otherwise, same model here. Unless you work hard, you will not success. Work hard, otherwise you will not success. Okay, so these are the two difference. There we have discussed, right? In coordinate conjunction, or otherwise, that's what here unless model. Okay, and the next most important subordinate conjunction, whereas we will know that while, and then in case of, as, along with, as soon as. So as soon as, in the letter writing and all we are writing, right? As soon as early as possible. Okay, to denote the timing, as quick as. Okay, for example, dash, for example, just remember here, the blank is there in the very first of the sentence. Dash, I touched the hot plate, I screamed. When or as soon as? When or as soon? I touched the hot plate, I screamed. The very first, why? Because means the very first option, what it does? The time of action is very, very normal, when I touched. If the last sentence was there in that, okay, like I screamed means, definitely it is not like ordinary, it is like a immediate action, right? Says or no. So like that, you should differentiate that. Ordinary means when, and then immediate action means you should write it as soon as. Okay, and then as much as, and therefore, so that, because, as if, however, and the meaning itself it speaks. Okay, you will know the meaning of the conjunction. Okay, and the last one, correlating conjunction. Okay, that is very different and also very important there. Okay, correlating conjunction. Correlating conjunction are always used in pairs, like the word like neither nor, either or, not only but also. Okay, and then the negative words like scarcely, okay, when both, and the no sooner than, okay, such that. So these are the very few correlating conjunction. So correlating conjunction are always used in pairs. Okay, this neither nor, either or model and all we have studied in the subject verb agreement, right? Neither nor, either or model, which one you should take that as a subject, my dear? First one or second subject? First subject or second subject? Second subject. Okay, so that we have discussed, same there. So neither nor, either or means it is a correlating conjunction. Okay, it is always used in pairs. So the two connectors in each sentence that are elected, which means related to each other, as known as the correlating conjunction. Okay, so either or model also will know that not only but also. Okay, like for example, like, okay, he is when the person has two different quality, like, okay, singer and dancer, singer and dancer, there we can use the word, what it is, my dear? Not only but also. Okay, he is not only a singer but also a dancer. Okay, so that's what we have to remember. Okay, and then when and both, and then no sooner than, and then such that. So you should remember these different correlative conjunctions. Okay, behind that I have given examples also that you write it. So coordinate conjunction means it will connect the two independent or dependent sentence, my dear? Independent sentence. Subordinate conjunction, what it will do, it will make the dependent, which means independent sentence, into a dependent sentence. Okay, he is poor is a independent sentence, but when we add a sentence, though he is poor, okay, he is very weak is a dependent sentence, which means independent sentence. But when we add a subordinate conjunction, when he is very weak means the dependent, which means independent sentence will change into a dependent sentence. Okay, so subordinate conjunction will be there always in a dependent sentence, that will make us sensible when we add the another set of sentence, which we used to call them as a main class. Correlative conjunction means it always used in a pair. Okay, like neither nor, either or, not only but also, scarcely, when, both and no sooner than and such that, okay. And then here we have an example. Yeah, write this. For a both and even we can add it. Shiba is not only a singer but also a dancer. Here we have Shiba is both a singer and dancer, okay. So all the quality conjunction which will be resembles like a same, and then different meaning is there that we have to understand. And the next one, neither John nor Ram has attended the function. So we know the meaning of the sentence. So the subject here both are a singular, either a John or Ram, okay. So that is very different. But when we have a two different subjects like, okay, neither the bag or shoes. So when we have the first one is singular, another one is plural. So there we have discussed already there, which means we have to refer the second subject. That is the most important thing, okay. If it is a plural form, you should use only the plural verb, okay. And then here we have the functions. Have you written the examples? Okay. Here we have the functions, my dear, just for your understanding. Okay. To add information, additional information, and he is poor, and he is not, which means he is honest, he is very weak, and so he did not attend the exam. So additional information will be there, but both the sentence without this conjunction and, okay, the sentence will be meaningful, okay. And then just now we have discussed not only but also, as well as, moreover, furthermore, besides, okay, which means already we have discussed like as well as, belong, which means besides, and another one what it is, along with, okay. So both are thing, which means both, all three things will comes under the same, in addition to. And then to indicate the causes like reason, like anymore, there we will use a word since, as, for, because, since then, before that, after that, okay. And then contrast, that is very very important, okay. Contrast means two different, okay. Worked well, I did not get the appreciation, okay. I practiced well, I was not selected in the team, okay. I performed well, I was not appreciated, okay. So quite contrary thing, there we have a different like but, yet, still, nevertheless, on another hand, that is the most important, another hand, and then just now we have discussed though, although, even though, and then however, on the contrary, okay. So these are the words that you have to remember. Most familiar options like but, yet, still will be there, although, even though will be there, though, although, even though, okay. And then to show result or a purpose, okay, there we have option, and then to indicate a time, that's what we have discussed, difference between when and as soon as, okay, like ordinary and then immediate. And then while, okay, even in past perfect we have discussed, right, when I reached the railway station, the train had left. While I phoned him, my friend was watching TV, okay. So that's what, okay, even in tenses means the connectors will be there, and then after, before, and then till, until, and then as soon as long as, okay. And the next condition only we have separated like positive and then negative condition, okay. If, and then the unless, and then whether, in case, provided that, okay. Most familiar means these four you have to remember: if, unless, whether, and then in case. And then to express the choices, there we have a conjunction like or either or, neither nor, otherwise or else, okay. So my question, okay, like and, but also, whether it is a subordinate conjunction or coordinate conjunction, my dear. But, and, coordinate conjunction, not to see the note, just remember that, okay. Though, although, even though, subordinate conjunction. As like same like since, as, because, coordinate conjunction. Okay, what it is? Coordinate conjunction or subordinate? Subordinate. As, since, because, or the subordinate conjunction. Very relevant to as, since, because is and so. Coordinate conjunction. Okay. And the next most important thing like when, while, subordinate or coordinate conjunction? Subordinate. Okay. And the next most important thing if and unless, subordinate again. Okay. So subordinate conjunction means you should remember it. It will comes in the middle of, which means the beginning of the sentence. Coordinate conjunction, the blank will be there in the middle of the sentences. Okay. And the meaningful definition is it will act in the independent sentences. The subordinate conjunction will act as in a dependent sentences. Okay, that's it. So here we have a few examples that you write it. Just write this. I rang up, but he did not speak to me. So what it is? What conjunction this is, my dear? What conjunction this is? Coordinate conjunction. Same sentence, the blank is not there. Here they have given a blank. What sort of conjunction we want to add? Coordinate conjunction or subordinate conjunction? Subordinate conjunction. So any examples are there? I'll give you the option as, since, though. As I rang up, he did not speak to me. Or since I rang up, he did not speak to me. Though I rang up, he did not speak to me. What is it? Contrary what we have discussed. In contrary, see that to express the contrast, what we have to write it, my dear? Coordinate conjunction is but, yet, still. Subordinate conjunction, though, although, even though, right? Say yes or no. So what sort of option should be there in your mind? As, since, though means what should be your answer? Yes, come again. Though. Okay. Yes, another one, the proverb, slow and steady wins the race. Okay. So even this rule also we have discussed in subject verb agreement, right? Okay. When we have two different subjects which is very relevant, okay, there we have to consider that as a singular form. Different perspective subject means there we have to consider as a plural form. Okay, slow and steady means the same. We should not hurry like anymore. So singular meaning, so we have written like wins the race. And then here we have condition, negative condition, what it is? Or, otherwise, even, or else. Okay, both the options are same. Or also will be right. Finish your work, or you will not be sent home. Finish your work, or else you will not be sent home. Finish your work, otherwise will not be sent home. And the next word, the child was ill, so he was admitted in the hospital. Okay. So whether it is a relevant or irrelevant, my dear, contrary or not contrary? Not contrary, right? Okay. So he was ill, he was admitted in the hospital. He was ill, he attended the exam, contrary or not contrary sentence? Contrary sentence. If the same sentence was there like, okay, the child was ill, he was not admitted in the hospital, what coordinate conjunction we want to write it? Here it is a not contrary, so we have written so. The child was ill, so he was admitted in the hospital. If it is not contrary sentence, like the child was ill, dash, he was not admitted in the hospital. But, even yet, or even still. Do you understand? Very reason means it denotes that but. If there depends upon the timing, like what I said previously, I informed the electrician, he did not turn up means we are purposely we are mentioning that contrary, in that too we are mentioning about the timing. I informed the electrician, yet he did not turn up, still he did not turn up. So same here contrary, okay. So the same thing here, if it is not a subordinate conjunction, there which means not coordinate conjunction, There they have given a subordinate conjunction blank. Dash finish your work, you will not be sent home. What should be your right answer? Options are if, unless, as, though. Unless, okay. Unless you finish your work, you will not be sent to home. That's it, okay. And the next example for your subordinate conjunction. Yes, write this. Unless you work hard, you cannot secure good marks. Unless you work hard, you cannot secure good marks. So there they have given a subordinate conjunction. My question, there is no subordinate conjunction. There they have given a blank. What sort of coordinate conjunction we want to write it? You work hard, or you can write it work hard. Dash you cannot secure good marks. What should be your option? Options I can give you. And, so, but, otherwise. What will be answer? Otherwise. Even otherwise will be right, or will be also right answer, or else also will be right answer. Work hard, or you cannot secure good marks. Work hard, otherwise you cannot secure good marks. Work hard, or else you cannot secure good marks, okay. So you should remember the same. And the next one, yet and still, to represent the timing we have discussed. Wait till I return, okay. Wait till I return. And then here we have, though he is poor, he is happy. So there they have given a subordinate conjunction. Just take that as the answer, but here just make the answer for this question. Though he is poor, he is happy. If the question is there, not like a subordinate conjunction, though. If they have given a same sentence in the middle of the blank is there in the middle of the sentence, means we should use the coordinate conjunction. What should be your answer, my dear? But, okay, he is poor, but he is happy, okay. But ethically, we can raise the question to the sentence, okay, like why poor want to be sad always, right? Say yes or no, okay. But when it comes for a grammar, we are not supposed to consider the same. And the next, as John is very weak, he is not able to walk fast. Already we have saw the sentence in the previous example models, but the sentence is, if they have given in the middle of the sentence, what we should write, my dear? There is not a subordinate conjunction. There they have given the coordinate conjunction option. What should be written? What should be your answer? So, and, or, and so will be right answer, okay. All three answer. John is very weak, so he is not able to walk fast. John is very weak, and so he is not able to walk fast. John is very weak, and he is not able to walk fast. Do you understand, okay? So that should be your very first answer, okay. And the next most important thing, I thought of asking some other different, okay, like okay, I'll remember, then I'll tell you, okay. Let me get into the next one. I'll return home, and then after and before, the meaning for that, okay, that you have to remember. So that preposition itself we have a meaning, so you will be easily find it, okay. And the next word, my uncle entered my house while I was doing my homework. So this model already many times we have discussed in the what tense, my dear? Past tense. Was doing, what it is? What it is? Past continuous. When I reached the railway station, the train was leaving, okay. While I phoned him, my friend was watching TV, okay. So in the past continuous we have discussed about, okay. Even another sentence, another subordinate conjunction also will be right. What it is? When, okay. When or while, okay. And the last word, correlative conjunction. Word is visible, ma? Last row. Okay. And then write the examples. Okay. Shiba is both a singer, and already we have written the answers, I think so. Neither Prem and nor Ram has attended the function. Last one you write it. The car is not only economical, but also feels good to drive, okay. There you write it, not the car, this car. Write it. This car is, particularly we mean that this car is not only economical, but also feels good to drive. That's it. So I think so somewhat you get an idea about the coordinate, subordinate, and then the correlative conjunctions. Okay. So even in error spot they used to give. That's what I remember now. Listen here. Here I told you no. Remember, even in error spot they will give you the sentence. Like they will give you both the words. As John is very weak, so he is not able to walk fast. We want to find out the error, means what we should do, my dear. What you will do if the sentence is like same sentence, though he is poor, but he is happy. As John is very weak, so he is not able to walk fast. The sentence is there. It is, they have mentioned that you have to find out the error. What error we should find out there? Very simple. Either we want to use the subordinate conjunction or coordinate conjunction. That's it. We want to remove either as or so. That's what while writing a letter writing we used to mention there. Okay, in letter writing, as I am suffering from fever, so I am unable to attend the class, means the teacher might have underlined, or they used to tell the word either you want to use as or so, which means either you want to use the subordinate conjunction or else the coordinate conjunction. That you should remember. Okay, either you want to use the subordinate conjunction or else the coordinate conjunction. For your another information that, okay, in sentence wise, okay, we have three different sentences. Particularly we have discussed here the subordinate and coordinate conjunction, that comes under these two different sentences, complex sentence and then the compound sentences. Complex sentence and then the compound. Particularly the subordinate conjunction will comes under a complex. Coordinate conjunction will be considered as a compound. Do you understand? Okay, that's what when they are asking you to change, which means remove as or so, means yes, of course they are asking that you should remove either subordinate conjunction or coordinate conjunction. Another way you should remember there, either you want to frame the complex sentence or a compound sentence. Either you want to frame the complex sentence or a compound sentence. Okay. In another way will mean that subordinate or coordinate. The next to that, either we want to use the complex or else the compound sentences. That's it. Okay. Have we copied on the last example? Finish that, everyone?